Good afternoon and welcome to Copper Coins Coin Roll Hunt Reveal E419, a 1946D plastic tube roll. The Pipebomb style rolls. Let me grab a chip out of the bucket. Chip number 10. And we'll wait for a couple of people to stroll in and we'll get this show rolling. Where is my loop at? Doggone it. Oh, there it is. Yay. Dan McCumber. Oh, no. That sucks, Dan. Same foot or other foot? I'm sorry to hear that. We'll go ahead and start beating these out of this roll. That snapped right off. Other foot. Now, did you lose the big toe on the other foot too, or? That's terrible. Ooh, got a couple coins falling out. All right. Well, maybe these won't be so hard to get out. Well, that stinks, Dan. Hopefully you heal fast. There's no way they can save it, huh? Is it already gangrenous or however you say that? I know you're diabetic. A lot of diabetics have circulation problems in their feet. Bad cut on the nail. Oh. All right, we got them all out relatively easy. Coin number 10 is the lucky coin. Let me throw this stuff out. Shinbone, welcome to the show. Ooh, well, at least you got it before that. You're probably still on a bunch of antibiotics, so just so it doesn't. Kevin Hawthorne, well, good afternoon. All right, first coin goes to DC. Got beautiful weather down here. I went in my pool for the first time of the season. Always kind of cool. Let me see. Do I see? I do. Got an RPM on the first coin. Let me take a quick look, see what we can find. There are a ton of 46D RPMs. Well, that's a definite maybe. Let me look. Up for this one, 17. Oh, very possible. So let me see. Don't see them. We will move on and look and see if I can find a different listing. That could be it, though. I'm going to think it's a little closer. Looks a little different. So let me look down here. That for sure is not it. This one, even though I'm pretty sure it's not. Got a little die dent here. That'll should make it pretty easy to find if we can find it. Let's see if this die scratch. It's not there. All right, I don't see it. So we will put this one aside as die number 1 for the roll. Oh, I almost grabbed the wrong coin. Guess I should finish looking at it, huh? Let me get back to my chat. Crispy, welcome. Do they know when they're going to take you in, Dan? Probably in the morning. Well, we'll be thinking about you. Make sure you let us know when you get moving around or up and at least shaking into bed. First normal coin of the roll. Next coin, Carl. Yeah, but just been beautiful weather here today. Just amazing. And sunny and about sunny and 85 degrees. Let me take a peek. I think that's just a stain. Let me look at the rest of the front. Pool was up to 85 degrees today, so I decided to give it a try. It's still a little chilly. Thought my little dog was going to jump in, but it kind of just sniffed and ran back. So it must be too cold for her yet. Oh, there we go. We got a little RPM here, it looks like. See if we can lower serif on this too. This is anything I can identify. No. It's further south. Pardon me. It is not listed yet. I don't think I got a cheat sheet on Wexler for this, but let me run down Wexler's real quick. If I can. He's got, I think, near 100 listed for 46D. 95. Wow. It's going to scroll up real fast. Oh, maybe. Light and short die scratch in the upper hair. Die size gouge behind the head, ear level. That's... think that would be easy to find, so I'm going to say no to that. But I'm going to say yes to this. Let me see if this has got the scratches here. It does. It is WRPM 82 for Mark. So I will put this and mark this accordingly. That is one that is not crossed for us yet. Get my notes. Oh, there they are. WRPM 082. All right, second RPM of the roll, and we're only on the fourth coin. Nice. Yeah, I guess it probably doesn't take a long time, as long as they can get all the bleeding and everything stopped. Raymond Longy, good afternoon. I agree, Crispy. I got it now. I had been pre-diabetic for a few years. Like I think my A1C was like 5.8 or 5.9. And then I had the screening done. They call it Lifeline or something like that, where they can tell you if you got heart disease or anything like that. And I get it, and they find beginning of atherosclerosis, which is heart disease, of course. And so they put me on blood or cholesterol medication, even though I don't have high cholesterol. And one of the side effects of cholesterol medication is to raise your blood sugar, and it raised my blood sugar within 3 months. My A1C was like 7.2. So they put me on medication for it. And now I get low blood sugar every single day. Literally. 5 hours after I take my medication, I got low blood sugar, where I'm just stuffing myself full of carbs and stuff to try to get it back above 80. Now that he cut my medication down, it only drops to about 70, which is not, it's below 70 you got to start worrying. But you still feel like crap at 70. At least I do. I get all shaky and rapid heartbeat and all sorts of weird stuff cooking. Oh, yeah. Yep. I agree, Dan. 120, you feel good. Even 100, you feel good. But, man, you start getting into the 80s, and you start getting shaky and all sorts. You don't feel like doing nothing. You just want to lay around. Maybe good for your health, but it doesn't feel good. And I know when they first started taking that pill, a couple times it went down into the 50s, and that doesn't feel good at all. I had a hard time even standing up. Coins and Ghouls, welcome to the show. So far, 2 RPMs. One of them is WRPM 82. The other one I didn't identify. Stephen Allen, welcome to the show. remind everybody I have got, what roll do I have tomorrow? It is a 61D roll tomorrow. That will be at 5:30 before the reveal show. Going to do reveals this week, and I think the following week I'm going to take the week off. We'll have to see. Try to get my office in shape. I've been trying to catch up on all the mailing. Here we go, another minor RPM. This one's got a die gouge, so that's a good marker right there. So let me look and see if I can find this one real quick. Go through the copper coins listings. I think that's nope. Don't see it in the copper coins listings. Let's see if I can whip through the 100 listings real quick. Not going to spend a lot of time. That die dot is right there, so that's kind of more than I'm looking for than the actual shape of the mint mark. So anybody search any coins this weekend? You were going to a show, weren't you, Adam? How'd that go for you? You say you were going to a show in Kansas City or something like that last time I talked to you? I need a show. I haven't been to a good show in a while. Haven't had the money, but I think finally my finances are starting to straighten out. I just got battered with incidental expenses over the last 3 months. No fun. Oh, that's not it. Well, don't look like it's in here, at least through the quick whip through. He has 100 listings, so it's kind of hard to really... What's that? Nope. Yeah, nothing. Spray can coins, welcome. Alex, welcome. Found a ton of stuff. All right. I need to do that. I need to meet you at a show and need to go do that again. That was pretty fun. So third different RPM. Next coin, Dan. There is one right there. And that is different from 82, I believe. Let's see what this one is. Yeah, that one is different. Let's see what this one is. One dealer kicked you off his. Okay, I hate that. I had one at the fun show say that, and he says, "I don't like being cherry picked." I says, "I'm not cherry picking you because these coins. The next time these coins go up for sale, it's because I died." And then he says, "Oh, go ahead. As long as that's the deal." He says, "I just don't like somebody making a bunch of money off of me." And I was just like, "Well, you're here making money, so everybody should." All right, let me see what I can see about this one. It should be easy. It's got the loop right here, and then it's got this down here. All right, not in Copper Coins listings. Go down here. New. Definite maybe. Die gouge under the bow tie. No picture, but I do think I see a die gouge under the bow tie. Die gouge under 4 of date. Yeah. Maybe. See if we've got a die crack in the hair for a later die state. Looks like a small one right there. Let's see about the reverse here. Die gouge on the top of the E in United. Yeah, possibly. Die crack tip. Left wheat running towards the E in E pluribus. Definitely not. So this is maybe that. It actually, the mint mark looks like it, and the die flow looks like it. Hopefully I have an example of this to compare it to. But it definitely, let's see if I can find anything for sure. Let me look. Yeah, this is it. I see this. I think that's the die gouge right there. See that? See this? So I am going to write that this is WRPM 20. When I can spend more time on it, I will, but that's where I'm going to start at. Mark Thomas, welcome. I got kicked banned from a whatnot for asking the seller not to put his thumbs on the fields when flipping them over. Nice. I got, like I say, that is that wash. I thought that was something at first. But I have been, like I say, I've been booted before. And usually the people that boot you, especially if you're cherry picking, they might have people waiting to sell, like the wholesale guys. A lot of times they'll say, hey, can you leave so I can do this with, I got somebody who wants to buy coins and you can come back. There's a couple of them that I go to that have no, I say, just if you need me to leave, just let me know and I'll come back after. And they like that. sometimes that's why they want to kick you out for cherry picking too, is they've got somebody waiting to sit at their table. Coin 13, Paul Hampton. There is another, what is, I believe, WRPM 82. Well, I'm getting so many of them here, I gotta double check. Yes, it is. So there is a WRPM 82 for Paul. Yeah, these are pretty nice. This, like I said, this was from that collection that I bought. And it had a lot of rolls that the guy bought in the early 60s. This roll was bought in the early 60s. No, that's why you hold, that's why they have rims. You just hold it by the rim. You don't want to purposely do it. I mean, it happens sometimes. Sometimes you can't help but touch it, but the less you touch it, the less chance there is of transfer. Now that, could that be a doubled eyelid? I'm not sure, but I'm going to look to see if we have any doubled eyelids. That one's, you got dye flow going the same way. So I'm not so certain that's what that is. I'm going to take a gander here real quick. Oh, there's lots of doubled eyelids. All right, let's see if they got doubled eyelids. Does, but a lot of his aren't listed. So we will look at the reverse and set this aside to be looked at. Coin 15, Ant. Yeah, I can't believe that somebody would do that. Unless the coins already have fingerprints on it, who knows? Nice. I don't think that that's too bad, Mark. 63D doesn't have the plethora of RPMs that the other years do, so that's cool. And there's an RPM. That's the one with the die dot by the 4. So that's one of the unidentified ones. Let me make sure I got this right. Hold on, there's 20. Here's the one. With the die dot by the 4. All right, so that's the same as coin number 9. Yeah, so far the roll's doing pretty good. We're getting repeaters now, which is good. Always like that. Doubled eyelids are a bear, and I think there's a new doubled eyelid that's going to be listed on copper coins in the next couple weeks too. Maybe 2. Just seems to me I was going through that this morning. Going through the sheet of dies to list when I was doing the 46 S's that I put up this morning. Little die clash behind the neck. Don't recognize this die pair, so we will look at the reverse. Yeah, this isn't bad at all. Not bad at all. And there's some pretty nice coins in here. There's a couple of them that have some spots from the wash. But there are some nice ones too. I don't think most of these would be red-brown, I believe. I do plan on doing a 42D roll in tomorrow's reveal sale. Everybody's packages are gone. Mark's, yours is one pack. When you get a package from me, you are going to get a heck of a package because I've got a lot of coins here for you. But pretty much everybody else's has been. I want to try to. I might just ship you a package without some of those coins you left me to go through. I started going through them, and I wanted to start sending some of those back. But I might send you a package before that. So you can depend on a package coming this week sometime. And then I think it's just Mohawk and Otis, and then everybody else has gotten a package in the last week or two. And then we will start the process over again. Next coin, Carl. I think this is that little split serif on the bottom. It is. I can see the little die ding. What I see is right here. And when you turn it, it really pops out. There's a little die gouge right there. So that is one of the unidentified RPMs. And then we've got what I believe is WRPM 82 and WRPM 20. Both are not listed on copper coins. I think we're only up to about 45 or 50 on copper coins. So there is a lot of unlisted RPMs, I'm certain. There's another one of them. There's the little die dot right there. Nice split lower serif. Coin 22, Stan. Yeah, Mark, the best part about sorting those doubled dies is at least you've got a mint mark. Mint marks are, to me, are the best markers to match stuff up. When you start getting into the Philly coins, there is a lot of coins that could be the same die pair and you can't link them together, so there are multiple listings. And I think, I know if you notice on Wexler's site, like on those 46p dimes, he had a plethora of working hub doubling. Some of them I didn't believe were working hub. Now that looks like one I just looked at. No, maybe. No, not that one, but let me look at that with glass and see what I see. I'm going to hold this aside to give it more attention. I do not, looking at it with a loupe, I do not think it's a doubled eyelid. But it deserves more time than I can give it right now. 30? I think there's more than 30. But yeah, no, and you know, I forgot about them for 6 months. Now I can't forget about them because they're literally sitting right next to me. Ooh, late die state. Don't recognize this. That is the problem with his old photos. And, you know, to understand that is a lot of his photos were literally scanned Polaroids or scanned 35 millimeter. So it's not like now when you got a digital camera. Wow, what a late die state coin. It cost a lot of money to take a couple photos. So you were picky about what you did. Now with digital, you just start hitting every little mark that's on it. So if you notice, a lot of the later listings got 20, 15 or 20 pictures, where a lot of listings that have been listed for 10 or 20 years, they've got 2 or 3 listings, one marker that they say is a great marker. So I understand totally why. I mean, that's like the one I just looked up, WRPM 20. It's got one picture, but then it's got a description of a bunch of different markers, and it's just like, well, I can think I see what you're saying, but thinking and actually seeing are two different things. I did forget the poker chip trip. Thank God for you guys. There's 11. All right, let me find it. That was... All right, it is Dan. There's number 10 right there. Congratulations, Dan. Congratulations, is our friend Dirty Water would say. Yes, and then there's so many listings in the Wexler files that they're not listed yet. He says that there's a listing, but he doesn't have photographs for them. And hey, that's an uphill battle. I give, there's one of the RPMs that we were seeing. That is WRPM 20. This one doesn't show quite as good. What I see is right here and then right up here. Do know that I think Chuck's got a 41p roll coming up eventually. I'm not sure when. Coin Vault, welcome. .46 can be really weak right here, really smushed. This, I believe, is one of our split lower serifs. It is. You can tell by the little die dot right there. So Sloppy Stacks gets one of the minor RPMs. I've done some 46D rolls that have had just a ton of split lower serifs, and ooh, they can really be a pain to attribute. A little later die state coin. I do recognize this die. Boy, did Eric Maith find a good trail die today. That was killer. 5:30 online. All right, Mark. Sir, we'll see you soon. Next coin, Ant. Dirty Water. Welcome. That is another of the split lower serifs. See it right here? I can always tell because I see that first. Pops right out at me. I did see that. That's what I was just talking about. It is a trail die. Not a doubled die. But it is a cool trail die. I think it's listed on the trail die site as 1DER33. It is. Some of those trail dies, I've said it a lot, are very cool. All right, is this the 82 or is this the other one? Let me see. This is the 82. So Sirig gets what is WRPM 82. And we're finding multiples, and that's great. I figured these were, could not be original, being how they were bought. When they were making the die, there's a site, traildies.com. We used to list them as doubled dies. But basically, let's see how to explain it. Boy, there's actually no real good definition. But basically, I'll bring up a coin here that I'm looking at, Trips coin. And this is another WRPM 82. Or is this, did I put the wrong coin in? Hold on. Nope, it's another one. All right. Like right here, when the die was hubbed, there was like a bunch of energy flow that goes in like straight lines off the corners of all the devices. This is, I'll show you the die that Eric found. See if I can get a picture up here. I mean, it's very interesting. Very interesting. 32. Wait a minute. That ain't it. There it is. All right, there it is right here. You see it in the bottom corners, it's all pushing out. Here it's pushing out. The sense right here, it's like all of it's like the metal is all being pushed that way on the die. I don't know if it was something due to annealing or bad steel. But that is what they look like. The cause is, I'm not certain actually what the cause is. I don't want to tell you something and be wrong. Yes. And they can be real interesting. There are some, if you look like in the 99 1DR page, you'll see listings that used to be listed as double dies. which have now been, we found these to be trail dyes. As a matter of fact, let me pull that up. And that might actually give a definition of what trail dyes are. All right, I thought I saw them on here. There we go. Wavy steps, they used to call them. They are design extension anomalies. That's how they're explained. And I know that they were all delisted from Variety Vista and Wexler's and everything like that. They used to be listed. Maple Leaf Numismatics, welcome. So we got a WRPM 82 for Trip. This one's got a little hit down there, but I know it is. I can see it right here, and then you can see just a little nudge on the top. Plus, you move it like the right direction. I guess I can't on this one. There's a little die scratch that I saw that matched up with the photos that I have. Coin 34, Shinbone. This one here. See if this is the first. It is. This is the same as the first coin in the roll was. Let's see. Very minor, and it might not be enough, but it's enough to hold out. Coin 35, DC. Coin 36, Alex. See what we get, Alex. He gets one of the split lower serifs. You can tell by the little dot right there, and then there's the serif right there. You got any good finds this weekend, Dirty Water? Coin 37, Doug. I haven't found much of anything. Actually, I did look at a roll of 71S yesterday and found nothing. I didn't expect to find anything. 71S is... I would love to find... This is another one of the split lower serifs. I would love to find some RPMs for 71 for the collection. And I ended up getting... Oh, God, probably 20 rolls of 71S. 1998 wide AMs. All right. That's cool. Coin 39, Mark Thomas. See if we can keep this train rolling. Oh, no. Nope. Got a regular coin. Seen this die pair quite a bit, actually. See the little die gouge above the Y? That's how I always know. Found the 62 nickel. You told me about the nickel. Yeah, I saw that video. Saw that video with the war nickels. And that... I'm not sure. That might be an army. Look with the glass. Might be something, but... it's got a big dive hit on it. Yeah, I'm going to say no. Coin 41. Sissy. I almost lazied out on this today, and I was like, I'm not lazying out. This is what I believe is WRPM 20. You can see it right here, and then right here, the inside of the O. So we found a few of those now too. Coin 42, Taco John. Got two other rolls of these. This is another one. Let me make sure this is in the right spot for this one. It is. It's hard to see because it's got a little hip, but you can see it right there. And then 82 is further south. 82 is similar, but yeah, much further south. All right. Rolls of 47S you could do. You mean 47S or 47P? Coin 43, Sloppy Stacks. I don't think I have a roll of 47P, but I do have a roll of 47S. That's the one I thought could be the possible doubled eyelid. I'm going to hold this back. 47S. Yes, I will see what I can do of getting that out in the next couple weeks. I got my rolls pretty much picked out for this week, and I'm going to try and take a week off here soon and not do any reveals so I can get my office clean. I have got stuff piled. There's another one. So I'm wondering if that could be something. Coin 45, Paul. Is this the one with the dot right there? It's not. It's a different one. This is different than... No, maybe not. Let me look here. See. think that's another possible WRPM 20. I'm not totally sure. I'm going to have to really look at that. Let me see that eye. All right, that was incuse. I thought that was incuse. Yeah, it is. It's got the little die crack in the hair. Couldn't see it with the scope. Coin 46, Shinbone. I would appreciate that, Trip. There's another one of those. That actually might be an eyelid to the north. I've got to look at that. Let me look at that with this. Man, it could be. Coin 47, Dan. All right, this was the first RPM of the roll. There's the die scratch. This is the one DC got, right? Now, yeah. I had this coin out. I don't know what I did with it. It is an RPM right there. This is 80. Is this? I'll have to figure it out after. That's 82. That's 82. All right. I'll figure it out after. Got to go through them all again anyways. That is for sure that one. All right, so this goes together, and this goes together, and then those are maybes. All right, so there's the 4. All right, we're straightened out, I think. And there's another one. There's the little die scratch right there. So that looks like an 82. See if there's concentric scratch there. There is. All right. Now we're cooking with gas. I'm getting it down. Yeah, got 4 different RPMs in it, Alex. 2 are identified, 2 are not. Or 2 are identified, 2 are not. Then there's a pile that are maybes. That probably, if they're not listed, won't be listed. Guess you struck out today. I couldn't tell you, DC. I'll go through at the end. I don't know if you've been watching all along. But we do strike out, unfortunately. I wish I could get everybody varieties in every coin. I'm just happy this roll was as good as it was. All right, Sirig for the last coin. He gets the ender. I will go through the possible doubled eyelids first. And they are Shinbone, Nanostack, Sloppy Stacks, Pat, and Shinbone. Those are the doubled eyelid, possible doubled eyelids. Then we've got WRPM 20, and that is coins 10, 41, 27, 42, and 45. And those were for Dan, Sissy, Otis, Taco John, and Paul. Then you got the WRPM 82, and those are 48. There might be some more of these in this other stack. 47, 48, and 4. And they are for Mark, Dan, and Ant. Then we've got the unidentified one. one that's pretty good without the loop on the inside. It's got the split upper and lower serifs. And that is coins 16, 20, 21, 31, 9, 36, and 38. And that's Ant, Farm Dog, Carl, Dirty Water, Pat, Alex, and Carl. Then we have these, which is another possible. And that is coins 13, 32, and 33. And that is Paul, Sirig, and Tripp. And then we've got these, which I don't believe are going to make the cut. And those are for... No, wait, you got one under here. Let's see if this is one of the other ones. Oh, this one is probably good enough. I think this is the one that belongs in this other stack with Paul's. Coin number 1, and that's you, DC. So you've got a minor RPM in there. So no striking out. And then 2 possibles for Richard and Shinbone, coins 30 and 34. I am glad you guys could join me today. And hope to see you all soon. Got a reveal at around 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. This roll right here, People's National Bank of Washington. Thanks again for joining, and I'll see you in the neighborhood. We'll talk to you later.